Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for
Hello.
waiting today. We're very excited to
It's
see
my
you
fault.
all and to read with you all. So, we were just having a little bit of technical issues, but hopefully we'll be okay. And if not, that's okay too. We'll get through it. So what I'm going to do right now is kind of go in a circle. And so starting with Kim, if you could just introduce yourself, where you are from, and where others can find you.
Yeah, so hello everyone. My name's Kim, and I have a YouTube channel called Expedition 3 Pages. I'm from London in the UK, and yeah, I do have an Instagram as well, but I think it's at Expedition 3 Pages, but it might not be. It's something similar.
Some kind of variation at
Some
least.
kind of variation on that. So yeah, that's me. Hello.
Emily?
And hello, everyone. I'm Emily. My channel name is. Oh no! Oh, there it goes. Okay. Um, I hope. I hope I'm not. I hope everyone can hear me. Hi, everyone. I'm Emily. My channel name is Emily Beth Hall, and you can also find me on Instagram at My Global Library. I'm pretty sure something like that, which is how I first met Kim as well. We both were really excited about just reading books from around the world, and so that was how I actually originally found her channel. But yeah, hi everyone.
And I think a bunch of you know me and Olivia. This is Olivia. She's currently on my lap.
Hi, Olivia.
There she is.
Such a cutie.
So cute.
She's so happy and so excited to be reading today with everyone. She's very happy that we are joined by friends today. And yeah, so let us know in the chat what you guys are reading today because I'm very excited to know. Oh, Olivia, she has just moved. So what we are reading today is we're reading Beasts and Beauty. This is a series of like short stories, and they're based off of the different fairy tales like Cinderella, like Red Riding Hood, like a bunch of the famous like Brothers Grimm fairy tales, but they all obviously have like a very dark twist to them, pretty dark twist. And this is a buddy read that I'm doing right now with Angie from Angie Science Mama. I think that is her Instagram. Um, and yeah, we're reading this together, and I'm just starting it today. I'm trying not to disturb Olivia, so that's why I did that reach.
That cover is stunning.
Right?
Yeah, it's
It's
gorgeous.
just so pretty. And yeah, I think that there are illustrations as well. Like, oof, this one's scary.
Oh, nice.
That's terrifying.
That's a
Isn't
nice
that like
creepy one.
terrifying?
Wow.
Amazing.
Yeah. Sometimes I like scary books. This might be Beauty and the Beast. I have no idea.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, it does look like Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
They're cool illustrations. I love them.
Yeah, so hopefully this will be like a cool, quick read. I'm just gonna see like what everyone's saying here in the chat.
Oh, hi, Amy.
Hello.
Amy is very well acquainted with my tech difficulties. So I this happened when Kim, Amy, and I were on Sprint a while ago. Hi, Amy. She's like, yep, Emily did hold up the show with tech difficulties, didn't she?
It was fine. It was fine.
It's totally
Glad you're
okay.
here.
Hi, Ethan.
Hi.
Hello.
Oh, nice.
Yoga.
Nice.
Very nice.
Love it.
Yoga is so good for like a Sunday, I feel like.
Yeah, true. Oh, and Becoming. Nice.
Very nice.
Love that one.
Be thrifty. Hey. Been too busy to read the past few weeks, so still reading one last stop, which is what I was working on the last time we sprinted. Which I think that you were doing for the Hello Seasons readathon. Is that right?
Nice. It took me literally 2 months to get that blog up. But
Oh
hey,
my
better late
gosh,
than never, right?
I've started to watch it. That is so exciting. Thanks for
Oh, yeah.
participating.
Yeah.
It was a really,
Of
really
course.
fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I didn't end. I realized when I was editing it after 2 months that I never ended it, so I was just like, well, but it's
One of the books, like I finished like a bunch of books like in the Hello spring/autumn readathon. Oh, Emily's just gone,
She's
but
got
we'll try and reconnect her.
Mhm.
So there may be some okay, there we go.
In and out, in
yeah.
and out.
This apparently
There
just
may be
might happen occasionally. So
it may happen from time to time, but I'm on it,
yeah.
so I'll
Thank you.
to add you to this. Yeah, so there were like a bunch of books that I read, and some books I read weren't necessarily like for that readathon, but I think I did like maybe like 4 or 5 books that weekend, but a bunch of them were
Nice.
graphic novels. Um, and one of them I'm still finishing now. So
Yeah.
yeah.
You
And
know.
like shameless plug. Oh, Olivia, do you
Oh,
want to
bye,
tell them
Olivia.
about the catathon?
Okay.
She's like, I'm
Yeah.
out of here.
Like,
We're
bye.
going to do a catathon readathon. It's just 48-hour readathon. And so that's from April 23rd to 24th. And the reading prompts are simple. It's just read a book with a cat on the cover. And then the second reading prompt that you can combine together is to read a book with a cat that reminds you of your cat, or if you don't have a cat that you would like to have in your life. So you
That's
can
cool.
combine
Interesting. I'll
them.
need to see if I have any.
You just like
Yeah,
even read
have
like
any with
Garfield
a
comics
cat on it
or
on my
like
physical TBR.
I did
Yeah.
think about Garfield when I watched your video, actually. I was like, quite like
right?
Garfield as a cat.
Yeah, I think Garfield would be a pretty cool cat.
Too lazy, too lazy.
Like true cat.
Finishing
Oh,
up math
nice.
homework.
You can do
Gotta
it,
love math
Amy.
homework.
Love a bit of maths.
Yay.
You got this. She's like, I'm math homework sprinting, not reading sprinting.
Well, this can be like a productivity. Sometimes people will join and they'll be like,
Exactly.
oh, I'm just doing my laundry. And I'm like, that's great. I should probably be
Like,
doing it too.
great. Yeah.
I've started to read during the sprints, but then when everyone's chatting, I have it on and then I'm doing housework. So like try and like double whammy with the productivity.
Yeah.
I don't always do it, but every now and then.
By the way, have you guys read the Raven cycle books?
I haven't actually.
No.
I haven't.
I'm interested though. Like it seems like I would really enjoy it from the other things I've enjoyed. So it's definitely on my list, but
actually it's right up your alley, Emily, so I'm surprised you haven't read it.
I think it is.
Right? Yeah.
Really.
It's like based on what I love, like it's right up my, like I know I'm going to love it, and I'm trying to get through my physical TBR, so I'm like, I must focus on my physical TBR. It's like my solution for this readathon was when I found copies in the in a local used bookstore, I was like, well, now I have physical copies and they're on my physical TBR. Oops. And that's how I'm participating in Amy's read along of the series. So I should just, if I find them in a used bookstore, I'll be like, well, now it's on my physical TBR.
I love it. So what books do you typically like read? Like what genre do you both read?
I've started reading a lot in the last year or so, fantasy, which I'd never read before until like a couple of years ago, and now I'm hooked. Absolutely hooked.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, I really, really like it. But other than that, I like to read non-fiction stuff. A bit of fiction. I like to kind of mix the rest of the stuff. I love science, anything sciencey, stuff like that. Yeah.
I love science too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. We're both scientists, so we're all scientists. I'm like, why am I excluding myself from that?
Are we all scientists?
Even if I don't do it in my day-to-day job. Like my degrees are all in science.
Oh, can I call myself a scientist because I've got a science degree? Because I don't work in it, so I feel like I'm not a scientist.
Yeah, like I don't like do it actively day to day, but like,
Yeah.
right.
That's cool.
But yeah, no, I think there's a lot of overlap with Kim and I's taste too. I think I read like probably half fantasy and then half like everything else. Science fiction, nonfiction, contemporary, like historical fiction, like but probably like half fantasy. Like
Yeah, I
thereabouts.
think that's really accurate
Like,
based off of like what you read. Yeah. Based off of
Yeah.
what I see that you read.
Right. Yeah. Probably somewhere in that area.
I just like reading everything.
Yeah, you read like a huge mixture of everything.
I really like nonfiction. Like nonfiction is a big part, and then kind of everything else. But different seasons, I read kind of like different genres a little bit more. Like right now, it is all about like I'm just like so excited about graphic novels.
Nice. Yeah.
I haven't read a graphic novel yet. I really want to.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah, I definitely love to read seasonally too. Like I love it's kind of harder for me to determine but like summer I'm all about the pirate books, the ship sea-based books. Fall, just like anything spooky or like atmospheric. Yeah. I love reading for around Halloween. I love it.
Oh, I love spooky
books. Nice. A gothic short story from a cat's perspective. Love
that sounds amazing.
That sounds amazing.
For he can creep.
Okay. Love it.
Make a note of that.
Yeah, I would say all the cat short stories for the cat. I read them.
Right. Powered my way through the entire Raven cycle during a weekly snowstorm one year. Wow.
Nice.
That sounds amazing. Getting so
what else are you gonna do, right?
Yeah.
Right? So, wow, that's a journey and commitment. Yes.
Yeah. I did the same thing with some fantasy series a few years ago when we had a government shutdown and I was out of work for a month. I was just like, well, I'm just gonna read for a month, and I got through so many books.
Oh my gosh. I feel like the last couple of years have just been like reading.
Yeah.
For sure.
And like I know for some like that hasn't it's like I feel like it's either two camps. Either that's your escape and like that's which has been me personally. Like I've been reading so much the past couple of years because I'm like that's how I've been dealing with the world. And for some people, which makes total sense, like I can't focus on reading because there's just like too much other stuff happening, which again makes sense.
Definitely goes
not gonna be one, but yeah, my response. Yeah, and like sometimes it's gonna be as you said, like in and out. But I'm like, for me, it's been I can't not read because otherwise, it's just like, what is the world?
It's true.
I love this.
Yes.
All the STEM representation.
Definitely with the STEM rep.
Yes, there's a lot of science knowledge.
I want to read more romances with STEM ladies at the center.
Okay.
That's part of why I love the Love Hypothesis.
I was gonna say, have you read the Love Hypothesis? Because
which is part of why I loved it, because I'm like, yes, let's get STEM ladies in romances, please.
Right? Because I feel like I mean that's a good topic, which we could talk about even like a bit more like after the first sprint, but kind of I feel like so many books or like TV shows, they kind of show women in science as sort of like just one sort of depiction, which is like Big Bang Theory, like, and but I'm like, that's totally not representative of like people that I see. There are some that are just very kind of like stereotypical like scientists, but like I don't know, like there's all different aspects. Like some of us like arts and books and aren't human computers and like
It's totally true. What branch of science do you work in, Sarah?
So laboratory medicine and pathology. So,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I'm a pathology scientist.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we basically do a lot of like dissections and, um, we do a lot of dissections on like organs that have like cancer and those sorts of things. We do autopsies, so we can do like forensic, perinatal, and like medical like autopsies. So we do like all that stuff, and we teach. We do stains on tissues. Yeah,
Wow.
fun stuff.
Yeah, that's like the really, really like useful part of science. Like it's so good.
Yeah, we've definitely like been needed the last couple of years for sure.
You've been called to
I
arms.
was gonna say. Like,
Yeah,
I mean, it's
trying
needed
to
all the
like
time, but like,
trying
for
to
sure.
categorize what's going on with COVID and what's happening to the organs and that sort of thing. That's been definitely needed the last little while. Yeah.
Cool.
So let's see. Do you guys want to do our first sprint?
Yes, that would be great.
Okay. So typically we do like 30-minute sprints. So I'm going to get that up. I'm not going to start it yet though, even though it will run. All right. So if you have your books with you.
And Amy, this one's for you.
And I'm gonna plug in my laptop, so my viewer is gonna be kind of gone for a little bit. So you won't see me, but my laptop will be charging for a little bit. So we're going to start the first sprint and then chat back about what we're reading. And yeah. All right, so we're gonna start this in 3, 2, 1. Happy reading.
Happy reading, everyone.
Okay, so that is the end of our first sprint. I want to show you guys a picture if I can bring it up. I hope I can, but I took a photo of what Olivia was doing. And let me see if I can find it here.
I'm sure she was adorable while doing it.
It's her eyes that are stunning, aren't they?
Totally. Let's see if I can. Oh, maybe it won't work.
Oh no.
But that's okay. She was kind of just hanging out with like her paws like this in the air and just like looking down, and yeah. So how did your guys' sprint go?
Good.
Yeah.
Definitely had a da-da-da moment.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was actually a major turning point.
How far are you into your book?
in which book
Over
is it again?
200 pages, over 200 pages now.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the second one, so I'm not gonna say too much, but
okay. Yeah.
there was a major thing happened with the character, and I'm like,
yeah. To be honest, I think mine was kind of similar. Like I'm reading Fool's Assassin by Robin Hobb. I don't know if you've read any, Sarah. You read?
I have tried reading Robin Hobb, but yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of hit or miss, isn't it? It's hit or miss. But I just love this series. And this is the first in the last trilogy. So it's actually book number 14. And so every page is like loaded with emotion because it's just like talking about things and like, yeah, it's all. And I think something's about to happen that's shocking. And I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, I love it. I love it, I have to say.
I need to start the Tawny Man trilogy soon. I finished Starship Trader, so now I need to get on that.
If you were to recommend a book by Robin Hobb to somebody who hasn't read Robin Hobb before, what book would you recommend?
The thing is I've only read The Realm of the Elderlings, and so you kind of have to get the best reading experience. You kind of have to start at the start of that series. But for me, the best series so far has been set around a different characters, which is the Live Ship Traders. So if you didn't get on with the first trilogy, the Live Ship Traders trilogy, it's going to spoil you a bit, but not huge amounts. And it's just really good. You've read it, Emily, haven't you?
Yeah, I feel like you could start with the second one, or if like the first one doesn't particularly interest you and maybe you only want to like read a specific part of the larger world. I feel like the second trilogy, there are a few things they talk about that reference the first series, but even if you just read the second trilogy and didn't continue on,
it's good.
And you were enjoying reading that, like I think it would be fine. I love that one too, because again, it's like it's ship, it's pirates, and I'm realizing I love ship, pirate, sea based fantasies. And so that one was so much fun for me. And I was like, I need to read the Tawny Man trilogy so that I can be getting to. So she kind of goes back and forth between Fitz, who's the main character in the first series, and then kind of what's going on sea. She kind of switches back and forth. So I'm like, I want it to be summer when I get to the next trilogy that's based on the pirates and the ships and the sea stuff. But that's just like, that's what I crave in the summer. Like, I want to be out on the water with the pirates. So like, I want to get through the Tawny Man trilogy, but it's already like, I don't know if I'd be able to get through it before, which is fine. But
it's cool that it's like on the
idea.
sea. The series that you're talking about that was like on the sea and with pirates and
and that one follows a bunch of different characters instead of focusing on one character. So if you like fantasies that have a bunch of characters involved, that one might be more, and you love pirate sea stories, that one might be up your alley. It's still pretty slow. Like it's still like it takes a while to get going. It's still a very character based story, but yeah, I also love it.
I would say the second series that it doesn't have the same vibe as a live ship traders.
So, really? Interesting.
Yeah. Just as a warning. But yeah. Anyway,
Yeah,
I won't say anything else. But
yeah, no. Like I've heard, because I've been watching your videos, and then also like some from like Becca's vlogs and stuff, where she'll like talk a little bit about. I haven't actually watched all of the live shows there, but like, and that's what I've been hearing. I'm like, oh no, I loved the vibe of the Live Ship Trader series. I want that again.
Yeah.
But
sadly not. How's your reading, Sarah?
Yeah, how do yours go?
Mine is going well. The first one was sort of a retelling of Red Riding Hood, which I was kind of like meh about. But now we're on to Snow White, and I'm really liking that one so far.
Nice.
Right?
Awesome.
Yes.
Do you like it too, Olivia?
Yeah. Yeah, she just gave me this look like, I love Snow White so much. We don't have the 7 dwarfs yet, so.
Have they got like twists on the stories, or is it just like darker, or is it a bit different?
Oh, it's definitely like a darker twist.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah. But I'm not quite sure where Snow White is gonna go, because so far it's been pretty similar to like just the hello.
Like, attention, please.
Sometimes she just like looks at me and she has just like the cutest like face, which is just like, yeah, love me.
Oh,
yeah.
I would like a pet. We're just not really set up for one here.
I know. And once I can get one, I'm like, it's got to be like channel mascot, like Olivia's is for yours. Like, all in or nothing, right? Like channel mascot, like you're in my vlogs, like let's go.
Like literally, I don't even know why like I'm even here, because Olivia, she like is pretty much everything. You know what I mean? Like when I set up like a laptop to do lives or whatever, she just like comes on my lap and she's just like, this is my show. Like, why are
Obviously, they're here for me, duh.
Point the camera towards me, step aside.
And even when I like take photos for Bookstagram, Olivia, she just like will come in. People ask me like, do I pose her? Do I no? Like literally, like I bring out the camera and she's just like, she goes from like this to like
hey.
like that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Olivia. Like it's just hilarious. I don't know. She just loves it so much.
That's so funny.
Yeah, exactly.
Great for you. I have watched some vlogs where some people are like, their cats are like quite aggressive, like do not come near me. Do not, just like, yeah, need their personal space. So they try and get them to like pick the books for them, and they're not having any of it.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I love cats that think they're dogs. Those are my favorite cats.
I will say that Olivia, she knows how to do like a bunch of different like tricks, but they're kind of like on her own terms. So like for now, she's not going to do anything, right? Because like, no matter what I would tell her, she's just loving being on the lap and just snuggling. But she knows how to sit. She comes, when I say up, she goes up, down, she'll go down. Everything, like she knows how to do like so much sort of stuff. The only thing she won't do fetch. I've tried it where like I've like thrown out, she has this like toy banana that has catnip in it. I'll throw it across the room, and I tried saying like, Olivia, fetch. And then she just like goes and attacks it, and that's basically a cat.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not fetching your stuff for you.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for hanging out, Amy.
Yeah, thank you, Amy. Oh.
Finished doing family stuff and gonna be a game for family now too. Thanks for joining.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Games night is so fun. My family have been trying to organise games night since like September. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's happened. I think because COVID was a thing, and then like China, yeah. It's so fingers crossed next week games night. Finally.
What do you like to play?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know because we've never had one.
Oh, okay.
We've never managed to.
I was like, was this a thing before, and you're trying to bring it back, or okay?
No, this is the thing we're starting new. Yeah.
What do you want to play?
Well, the Christmas games usually like Trivial Pursuit, but we want to move away from that. So my dad's actually designed a board game, so he wants us to test it out. Yeah, he's I don't know what happens, but he's eager for us to like give it a go and play it, see what we think.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah,
so
it'll
made
be
the game basically.
Yeah, it's just like designed this board game, so he keeps saying to us, "When are we going to do it? I want to test my game out." So
okay,
yeah, I'm really eager to see what that is.
Yeah. One thing I want to get for some of my friends are obsessed with Disney, and there's the Cards Against Humanities, but like a Disney version of it, and I really want to get that for her and have it like just the night where we do Disney's version of, and I don't even know what all it entails, but I'm like, I need to get that. I don't even care.
I've never played Cards Against Humanity, you know.
Oh, I love Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, so much
fun.
Yeah, I have an awful sense of humor though, so like it's right up my alley.
It's a lot of fun. And like if you are with a group that, you feel pretty comfortable with and you're like all in, then it's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah.
Everyone has to be down. And if it's a group that they know each other well and you like aren't uncomfortable doing like the really low blow jokes, then
I think you kind of gotta like see the vibe of who you're playing with.
Exactly.
And then if that's okay, you'll love it. But you do have to have kind of like a particular sense of humor, I would say. But a Disney one would sound very fun.
Right. And I'm assuming that it's mostly just the idea of Cards Against Humanities, and you've got like one thing that is matched with some others, and then like I'm assuming it's just the same structure, but very different vibe as far as like what you're going for. I'm assuming, but I want to find out. I want to find out.
Maybe it's just the same vibe, but with the Disney characters.
Right, but with the Disney twist, like that would also be super interesting. And also I would be very down for that. Like either way, I don't care. But like she's getting married at Disney and everything. Like she is Disney obsessed. And it was so funny. She has a bunch of like Disney ears. And she's got like a whole wall of them. So when I dog sit for her, her work from home setup is right in front of this wall with Disney ears behind you. And so it's so funny, whenever I dog sit, some of my coworkers are like, "Oh, you're at the Disney house again." It's so great.
That's cute.
That's amazing. I know that there's like a Disney marathon that just happened.
Oh.
Like, yeah, because I followed this one person in the States, and she like participated in this like marathon, and she was holding up like all of her medals, and I don't understand it all, but it looked like fun. I've never been to Disneyland or Disney World or any Disney place.
I went when I was a kid, but it's been a long time. So I definitely want to go again. And I want to go to Harry Potter World, which I know it's like a Universal, but still, I want to go to Harry Potter World. It was supposed to be a graduation gift to myself, and then I realized I had no money, so that didn't happen. But
you need other people to get you the graduation gift.
Right. And then I was like, well, and then I was like, maybe I should like make sure I can survive until I find a job. Maybe that's where the money should go. So I didn't end up going, but I really want to. So that's got to happen at some point.
Yeah, we're going actually this year for my mum's 60th. So we're going to go to Disneyland Paris. So I went when I was a teenager. When I was a teenager, I went, and I don't really remember it, but I think it'd be cool. We've been looking at like the rides and stuff, because obviously it's all updated since like that long ago. But yeah, and it looks really cute. It looks really fun. So hopefully we'll have a good time.
Awesome. Oh yeah, that sounds so fun.
Yeah. I'd be interested to know what kind of food they would have at Disneyland Paris, because I know in
Yes.
Japan they have like Japan specific like food items that you can get, which I think is cool.
That's really cool. Yeah, I think it is because, well, my brother's vegan and I'm vegetarian. So in France, it doesn't seem like there's a huge amount of choice from the menus that we've seen. So we've had a bit of trouble like trying to book into any restaurants. Because but it is
Yeah.
like Frenchy cuisine stuff. And then there's also the chains and everything as well, like Planet Hollywood and all that kind of stuff. So
I'm vegan, so I understand trying to find like vegan, vegetarian food when you go out traveling and you're just kind of like trying to find whatever you can and like getting one thing from here and one thing from there and just kind of pairing it up and just trying to find stuff.
Yeah, it does become tricky, doesn't it? I think because I live in London, I'm so used to it being so accessible, like everywhere.
Same.
Yeah.
And here it's like totally like I can easily, so many places have like, well, there'll be like plant-based options, right? So yeah, so you'll find it just like in so many different restaurants. But in other places, like when I went to Portugal, they have in Porto, they had just like so many like vegan like restaurants. But
Cool.
I was like actually pretty surprised, like pleasantly surprised that they just had like a bunch of different places. Because that's not, I'm Portuguese, that's not like the type of food I grew up kind of eating.
Yeah.
But it was cool to see the food that I grew up eating, but like vegan versions of it. That like blew my mind.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Are you going to get to go back at some point soon?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I have to.
When was the last time you were there? Was it like pre-pandemic?
Very much so. It was 2019 in September, so it was
like not too long
a couple of months before. Before I wasn't able to. So I was so happy. My partner couldn't go with me, so he just stayed here. But I went by myself and just had like the most fun like trip. And I just like put in a bunch of stuff to do, like a walking tour and like food tours and different like activities to do for each of the days. So I met like quite a bunch of people. I didn't see my family there, but that's for next time.
Exactly. Yeah. Where all were you when you went last time?
Sorry?
Where all did you go, or like what area of Portugal were you in when you went last time?
So the last time that I went, it was in Porto. So that's like kind of in northern Portugal. All of my family were from the like islands in Portugal.
Nice.
So the Azores. And it's a totally different, it feels very, very different from people on the mainland. Like islanders kind of have our own sort of thing. Like, you know how in Canada there's like Newfoundland and the Maritimes, and there is like pretty much the rest of the country,
and then everyone else.
And how like different like our accents are and like the culture and that sort of thing. That's kind of what it's like. Islanders are just kind of a little bit more laid back. Very difficult to understand for people on the mainland, but we try. We try.
I bet it's stunning. I've never been to Portugal. I'd love to go.
Yeah, I want to go so bad.
In the Azores, it's basically like a tropical island, and there are volcano beaches with like black sand.
That's so cool.
And it's really cool.
Amazing.
Yeah,
nice.
I think that's why I like the sea.
Yeah, I love the sea.
Only got a few pages read because I'm too sleepy. A little more awake now, though.
I can totally relate to that. Reading after a certain time, and I'm like asleep straight away.
Need to make myself a coffee.
There's a great vegan place here in Washington, D.C. that unfortunately closed a few years back. Not vegan, but love that cafe.
Okay, yeah, I'm in the D.C. area too. I need to find more vegan restaurants here. Nice.
Are you vegan as well, Emily?
Yeah.
Are you?
Sorry, no. I was looking at that. So I'm working on being vegetarian. I'm not quite there.
No, it's hard. It's hard to try. I've been vegetarian since I was 5, so it was only when I tried to go vegan that I understood why it was difficult for people to go veggie. Do you know what I mean? Because I was like, so easy. Why is it a big deal? And then no, it is difficult.
Yeah,
it's difficult.
I've definitely been on a mission to eat substantially less meat for a lot of reasons. It's also hard in part because like my boyfriend's mother loves to cook and just like gives him a bunch of food. And so my grocery bill is like dropped substantially since dating because she just gives him so much food and he can't eat all of it. So he's like, here, help me eat food. And only some of them are vegetarian dishes, but I still would eat it because it's yummy food that is provided to me. So I've actually probably had more meat recently than I normally would. But the funny thing too is she's vegetarian, so but she cooks a lot of meat dishes for him and his brother, and it's just like, here's all the food, because like she loves cooking for them, and we'll just like, here's all the food, and like literally we'll just like send them home with like tubs of food. So
I think that like my partner, he'll eat fish, but otherwise he's pretty much vegan. But when he goes to see family, then he'll like have some more like dairy or whatever. I'm the one that's just kind of like no, like wherever I go, I'm just like no. But he's more like flexible with it, and I think that like something that sometimes is missed a lot of the time, well, actually a lot of the time, that sort of frustrates me is that like I think that it's so important just to like even be mindful and cut back where you can. So like I just think that if more people did a little bit sometimes or more than they currently do, then if there was more of that by more people, then that would like put the world in a much better place than it is like now. So I think that any like anything that anyone can do, just like in terms of like cutting back, is awesome.
Should read Food is Climate. It was actually the last book I read last year, I think, where basically he makes that exact argument of like, it's great to talk about energy and the different kinds of energy we can create and how to make that more sustainable, but like really the solution is for as many people as possible to eat as little meat as possible, and that will help with so many interconnecting issues, from climate change to land use to ocean sustainability and
and I think that's a big thing, like looking at like what the net impact would be versus just having like a super strict group of a few people that only do you know what I mean? Like it just should be like more accessible to more people so we can like actually really make an impact on a wider scale. So,
and I do think like I've noticed here, I guess because now it has become a lot more accessible in like the area I live, I've noticed a lot of my friends that used to literally not do anything and wouldn't have a meal without meat, now they're all trying all the different dishes and everything, so you can really see the difference. As soon as it's in front of you, you go, oh yeah, there's another option,
like, oh yeah, this is good. Oh, and it happens to have no meat. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and I think like using terms to like plant-based, I think is really good as well. Like because there is a difference between, say, for instance, like vegan versus plant-based, right? Like vegan is like everything. It's like your cosmetics. It's like as much as you can in your lifestyle, basically. And then plant-based for like what your like diet is, right? So it makes it a little bit more accessible when people are going out and they see like, I don't know, like an avocado like bowl or like baking like plant-based cookies or something like that. I think vegan is kind of harsh for people to see, like, but plant-based is a little bit like
sounds more like a health thing. Instead of some sort of restrictive diet or something.
It's like you can incorporate parts of it into your life, whatever like kind of works for you, right?
Exactly.
Okay. Do you guys want to do another sprint?
Yeah,
Sure.
that'd be great.
You
Yeah.
guys have time? Okay.
Mhm.
I am Olivia, she's like so excited. She just did a twirl.
Like reading sprint, let's go.
All right, guys, so we'll start this next sprint in 3, 2, 1. Make sure you have water or something nearby. All right.
Okay.
I'm pretending I have the flu. Eventually, she's going to bring me to the doctor.
So that was our second sprint. How did it go?
Yeah, good. I love this book
Good.
so much already.
Yay!
Oh,
Yeah, mine's been super intriguing.
has it? That's cool.
I think it's just fun, which I suspected when I picked this up, and I was so glad when the book club, Amy's book club, was announcing it. 'Cause I was like, I've been intrigued, and I think it'll just be just fun, just pure fun.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
and I
that's so
also
good.
have my Shadowhunters mug from Fairy Loot, so I just have my coffee in the Shadowhunter mug. Like, why not?
Oh my gosh, that's great. How about yours, Kim?
Yeah, I just love this book so much. I love it. It's so
How far in are
good.
you?
I'm on page 119 now.
Okay, so a bit in.
Yeah, I
Are
budget
you
read
able
this.
to hear Kim okay?
Oh, sorry, can you not hear me?
Oh, for some reason I'm not able to. I don't know why.
Oh no, I can hear her.
Let
Oh
me mute and
no.
Let me see. Maybe I can hear her in the stream.
can you hear me now?
Oh
That's weird.
no, I can hear you. Oh,
Yeah, you can hear me. How weird.
that is so bizarre. Okay. I always messed up the tech on live stream.
I'm gonna leave and come back in. That might change.
Okay.
That's like on and off again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she's gonna just come right back in and hope it helps. That's so bizarre. Oh.
I know it's the day. I don't know. It's today.
My luck with tech. I kind of ruin it for everyone.
No. I think it's just like a Sunday. Like I don't think that the computer system has like caught up yet.
Yeah.
Either at the beginning of the week or like later. Oh, you can hear her on the stream. Okay, let's see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could hear it.
Hello.
Yeah,
Hey,
now I
okay.
can hear.
Yeah.
Yay! Okay, perfect.
Just in and out, on and off, whatever.
You know.
It all fixes.
Okay.
But yeah.
Cool.
No, I was just saying that I just love it. I love it so much. Like it's so
Okay.
good.
So good.
Yeah. I can't talk about it though because it's like 14, number 14.
Yeah. Are things picking up, or is it a classic? Like it takes half the book for like things to release.
Do you know what? It's not because there's so much that's already happened. I feel like it's not slow. It's just all interesting. Like everything is like a lot of time has passed, so there's a lot of like catching up to where everyone is. So yeah, it's really good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's so good.
How was this Snow White? Did it continue being good?
I did like it quite a bit. I thought it was pretty like creative, and I like the like illustrations too. It does have sort of just slight variations, but like not so far that you're like this isn't even the original fairy tale. Like it's enough that it like you feel pretty it feels pretty similar to it. And I stopped reading I think a couple of minutes before like our sprint was over because I'm doing this as a buddy read. And we're using Voxer, so me and Angie, and so I just like listened to her voice clip. So we're like leaving like voice clips like
So what's Voxer?
So far what I know is like
nice.
It's like an app that you can use for a whole bunch of things, but we're using it for buddy reads. And basically we just like do like an audio clip. So I'll record myself for a little bit and then stop and send it to her, and then she'll do the same for me. So
that's cool.
It is cool to like actually like hear the person's voice who you're doing the buddy read with. Like I feel like you have to be like kind of almost like more like really like mindful of like what you say as well to be like concise, which usually I'm not when I talk. So
I was about to say that. But not always something that happens.
I feel like you can get a lot more like across if you just do it on a voice note quickly as well. Or then like, having to text it all out, like
Or like when you like read something, you're just like you want to like catch like your like gasp like in a reading vlog or something and be like
Yeah.
It's terrible when you do a reading vlog and you have like your like camera set up and everything, but you're like not filming at a time when you're reading the book because you can't film or whatever. And then you're just like, oh, I have so many things to say right now.
So many.
Yeah.
I don't know where my phone
Yeah.
is. I don't know where my camera is.
Yeah.
That's so
It's usually
true.
like it's so easy to be if I were more consistent with Instagram. Like that's kind of the benefit of something like stories where it can just be a quick little
Yeah.
thing. It doesn't need to you could just do it on your phone real quick right there.
Yeah.
Doesn't need to be a production. And you can just keep it short and sweet, send it out into the world.
It's funny because I only joined Instagram quite recently and I didn't really get it. And I was only looking at the pictures. I didn't understand stories, but now I understand stories. Now I only look at the stories and I forget about the pictures. It's really, I feel like I need to do both at some point, but stories are so cool. I like them.
I think it can be like, I'm on Instagram a lot, like, but I think that Instagram could be kind of like whatever works for you. So like if posts work better, then that's great. If stories work better, like I'm usually like on the stories.
Yeah.
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 And I can only stand reels for a little bit. Like reels I can do for a little bit and then I'm just like I can't take it. Like I can't deal with it anymore. Like it's too much. Like I don't do TikTok just because it's just like it's a bit much for like I don't know. It's a lot for me to take in. There's lots of dancing, which I love dancing. There's lots of like challenges and a bunch of stuff I don't understand. I feel like it's
a lot more involved.
Yeah, and if you like try to make like a TikTok or like a reel, like there was one reel I did and the editing took like so much longer than to do like a booktube video. I was like, how is that possible? This is like a minute long. But then you put these like little effects and things in there and I could not believe how like much effort it was just to make like a 30 or like 60-second clip. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm trying to be more consistent with Instagram. That's one of my goals this year. And I've kind of avoided TikTok because I'm like, even just as a user, because I'm like, I know it would just be so easy to just go down a rabbit hole. And if I can just even avoid starting that, I'll let my friends curate TikTok for me and just send me ones they think I would like, and I'll just leave it at that. Because otherwise, I know it would just be such a suck for me, like a time suck. And I don't know. And I know I wouldn't be consistent about posting on it, or I would just kind of spend way too much time. And like
it doesn't leave much room for like balance.
Yeah. And so I'm like, I'll try to stick to Instagram. I'm not even consistent at all about doing that. I don't know.
Yeah, there's too much. There's too much social media stuff. And I feel like I've got to that age now where I don't have the patience. I am too like TikTok. I feel like I don't want to learn it all.
TikTok, that's right.
Yeah, it's taken me 2 years to learn Instagram. I don't need to learn TikTok as well. Yeah.
Like I don't need one more thing.
You start with one video and then they recognize like the type of videos that you like watch. At least with Instagram Reels, I don't even like really have TikTok. Like I don't have the app on my phone or anything like that. But like with Instagram Reels, like I'll start one just like I'm curious to see, like what's going on there. And then I start with like one cat video and like I put my phone down and then like 20 minutes later I'm like, what just happened? That's a lot of
how did we get here?
Like for 20 minutes, that's a lot of videos to like kind of like go through. So I always end up with the cats. It's always the cats ones that get me.
Those videos though, once you start watching them, you literally can't stop. Like you just have to watch the next one. Any kind of cat, dog, baby videos.
And the algorithm will find out what you like, whether you want it to or not. Feeding it to you. And,
exactly. Funny. Yeah, that's cool. Well, I'm glad you're liking that series. I think I chose I don't know if you know about Bookstar read along. So it's what Emily's doing the Shadowhunter read along with. But they're doing that, and they're also doing a Discovery of Witches. And I'm not feeling it. I'm not. Have you read this, Emily?
I have all three. So I got the bundle for that series on ebook when it was on sale on Kindle for like a few dollars, $3 or $4 for like the entire like the bundle. So I do have the ebook copies of those, and I've been intrigued to try, and I'm like, maybe, but I decided to do the first one, and I didn't want to commit to trying to do both of them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe that would be a fun read around October. So I've also considered doing it around then, but I leave so many books for that time that like.
I can see actually autumn's a good time to read this because it's set at the start of uni, like September, October time. And obviously,
that's so fall.
Yeah. It's got that cold vibe to it. So yeah. It's just a bit slow for me. Like she describes everything. Like if she has a plate of food in front of her, she'll tell you how she puts the butter. Like she doesn't do this, but this is what it feels like. She feels like she tells you how she spreads the butter, what make it is, what it smells like.
And you're just
like okay, we get it.
This is too much information. Yeah. That's what it feels like to me.
Interesting.
But a lot of people love it, so I don't know. I think I'm just missing a trick.
Yeah.
With it.
Yeah.
You can't like everything.
I get so sucked into Kindle or like Audible sales. So like that was one of those times where I was like, well, if I don't like it, at least I didn't invest that much money. Even though I think my library probably has the audiobooks for free, so it's like ridiculous that I do that. But
no.
Whatever.
No.
They do good deals.
But yeah, I'll try at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully you like it. Hopefully you do. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not really.
We'll see. And there's always the show
books,
too.
or do you push through?
I'm trying to. Hopefully I just haven't had to do that too many times this year because I'm picking books I'm pretty sure I'll like, and I'm getting better at knowing my taste. I'm hoping that's it. And I'll do enough when I feel like I really want to, because life is too short. Like, reading's for fun. Life is too short to read something you're not.
But I love that read along group, so I want to join in with them.
I know. Upset. Yeah. You should switch over to this one and join with me.
I'm like 3 books behind now. I wouldn't be able to catch up in time.
This is just the second one. So.
Oh, is it? Okay. Maybe. We'll see.
I will say regarding DNFs, I just finished a book because it was part of our book club, and it was The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. And a lot of people really, really love that book.
I do love that one.
Most people really, really love the book, right? But like I don't, and it's sci-fi light, but like I don't do sci-fi. Like there's something about it that just I can't, like I really can't. And I try to, but I can't.
Yeah.
So
and even if you do, like that one's a very particular style, and either it vibes with you, and it very much vibes with you, but either it vibes with you or it does not. And I feel like hers is like particularly either it vibes with you or it doesn't. And like I totally understand that it's definitely not gonna be for everyone. Yeah.
And I love like the principles of the book and like the messages that are throughout it. It just didn't work for me, like the actual book, like how it was written and how it came together and the setting of it especially, I just didn't really quite enjoy. But if that wasn't a part of book club, for sure, like I would have DNF'd it. But sometimes so I will always like read through like all of the book club books unless there's something that like actually like kind of disturbs me about the book that we didn't anticipate happening, or like a certain event, for instance, like a content warning that I probably should have looked at ahead of time but didn't, or whatever. That's probably the only time I had to DNF a book club book, and then everyone else just talked about the book. But
well, that's a shame when that happens. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Like
when it
Sometimes
creeps
you
up
just
on
don't want to read
you.
about something.
Mm.
Yeah. And then some books, you just start reading and it's just like, I'm not interested in this book. This isn't for me, right? And it's kind
Exactly.
of hard to know if you would enjoy it more, like the further you read it. Because there are
Yeah.
books too that like I've got into, like Circe. I
Mhm.
read Circe. The first third of the book I thought was just boring. I couldn't get into it, like nothing. And then I just continued on with it and it got so much better. And
Mhm.
I ended up loving it. So I feel like that
Oh.
concept of DNFing is always just going to be a tough one for me. And
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
for a lot of people.
Yeah, I do agree with you, because you never know when there's a turning point, especially if it's like the first book in a series, because you feel like, but what if it's just the start and they're just setting up and they haven't got to the good stuff yet? You need to
And then
keep
once you
going.
get to the good stuff, it will just like pick up and just get even better
Yeah.
and better as you go.
Mhm.
And you never
Yeah.
know, right? And it could do
Yeah.
that for someone else, but not for you. So even asking for advice might not help. So I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Just a
Yeah.
chance. I think there is a series of this. So I watched the first episode because I thought maybe if I watch it, it will like
Yes.
get me into it. So I'm thinking I
Did
might
you like
just
the
push
show?
on a bit more. I liked the first episode, yeah. I
Okay.
liked the
Or
main
the
character,
first episode.
Diana, winds me up in this book. But in the show, she was great. So I think, yeah, if I do a bit of a
Okay.
mix, it might
You
help.
could do a
Okay.
mix.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That could help.
Yeah.
Gotta think.
So Natalie's asking, when are the next sprints? So let me know if you guys are able to do one more or if we want to just call it now.
I'm happy to do one more if you guys are, and then after that,
Yeah, should
we could call it. But it's
should
up to
be
you guys.
fine. Let me just. Yeah, it should be fine.
You sure?
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Sounds good.
Okay.
So they're happening right now, Natalie.
Exactly. Olivia, you want to come up?
Oh,
Yeah, come say
she
hi.
wants to say hi.
Come on.
Baby.
Yeah.
Remember before when I said she'll always go up when I say up? Up. Okay, there you did.
Yes. Hey, Olivia.
You're still very much on her own terms.
Oh.
She gets it.
A cat's still gotta be a cat, right?
Yeah, exactly. Where are you? Okay. Are you in position? Okay. There you are.
Oh, bless her.
Okay.
So adorable.
There she
Maybe we
is.
could do 20 minutes this time.
Sure.
Is that okay?
Sure. We can do 20
Okay.
minutes. What do you think?
Perfect. She's like, I'm chill.
She's like, I'm ready.
Awesome.
Reading All of Us Villains.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
Very
I haven't read
confused
it yet,
about
actually.
I haven't. I've been intrigued by that one though.
This is so fancy, your sprint timer.
I know, yeah.
Thanks. I was trying to figure out how to decorate it, and then I was just like, Olivia. Pretty much like all what do you think of that, huh? She's acting like it wasn't her idea. You're right, it was my idea. So this is good. One more sprint and I can hit the end of this chapter. Great.
Same for me actually as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And her chapters are long.
And I think the next story I can get through as well. The next one is Sleeping Beauty.
Nice. Okay.
And the way that we're doing our reading sprints is we're reading like 3 stories at a time. And then, the way that we're doing our buddy read for the book, Beast and Beauty, like we're reading 3 stories and then basically like giving like an update. And that's our plan for the, yeah. So after that, then I'll be able to kind of figure out what I think of all of them. So I'm excited.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, guys.
Perfect.
Make sure you have your books
and
water. And we're going to start in 3,
They hydrate.
Oh yeah, and hydrate. Yes, that's very important. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Happy reading.
Hello.
Hey.
Oh, I'm getting proper sleepy now.
Yeah.
That's why I had a coffee.
Oh, did you? Nice.
Oh, that's a
Like
good
casual
idea.
3:30 p.m. coffee. It's fine.
It's 9:30 here at night.
A
I
bit
don't
ago,
think I should
anyway.
have a coffee.
No.
Yeah. At least it was like between 3:30 and 4 when I was. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be around. It's around 2:30 where I'm at, so it'll be probably
Okay.
3 o'clock. I might have just like a little tiny bit of something. I don't know.
Pick me up.
Yeah. Got in.
Did you like Sleeping Beauty?
You know, it was interesting. It was, you know, I don't know. There was a lot of like that was like by far like the most graphic one of the whole bunch, and I
Okay.
suspect that Angie might not like that one because of that, because
no.
it's like so graphic. I'm okay with it. Like I'm okay with it, but it was like interesting, and I think I have to like reread a little bit of it to like understand what happened. I think what happened in it was actually kind of like I think it was like a good like a cute not a cute like it was like a good story, but there was just a lot of like just stuff that happened in there that might be a bit heavy. So
Okay.
yeah, these are like dark. I feel like the author was kind of like, okay, so I'm gonna read the Brothers Grimm, and then I'm gonna just like up it, you know, like
Take it up a notch.
Wow.
yeah, I'm just gonna kick it up a notch. Not with all of them. Sleeping Beauty I felt was pretty mild, but the last one was pretty intense.
Oh. Gosh. Yeah, I don't know how I'd hack that. I'm not good with gruesome.
Yeah, it's definitely not like a children's book. Somebody like I read a review like by someone, and it was like spoiler free, and they were like, this should not have been allowed in the children's section, and I would agree. It is not it is not for the children's section.
Yeah.
Maybe like YA, I would say.
That's so funny. So they just probably saw the cover and went, yeah, kids book.
Yeah. Fairy tales, right?
Yeah, what could be scary
Not
about
forgetting
this,
that the
right?
root of some of these I like.
But it's
Super
weird
dark.
because the Grimm fairy tales, they're for kids, aren't they? Even though they're pretty intense
pretty dark
as well. From what I can remember,
Yeah.
I haven't read them for a long time, but
Yeah, they are pretty dark.
Yeah, it's been a long time for me. I think I actually honestly more remember a YouTube video I watched one time where it was like, let's talk about the Disney version of it versus the real fairy tale. And I think I remember that video more than actually reading some of the fairy tale. It was super interesting. I was like, oh dang, is that what the fairy tale said? Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's shocking.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Oh, I
it's
forgot
pretty
about that.
shocking when you kind of compare the two. I remember Cinderella was like, but yeah.
Maybe I should read them again because I must have I think when I was a kid I read like one and I was freaked out. So I was like, nope, not picking up that book again.
Yeah.
I should reread them at some point.
Yeah, I think that they're good to like have a read through just to sort of like see what the differences like are.
Yeah.
I decided to like read them all, and like just one summer I was just like, okay, I'm doing some research. I'm gonna like chill out by reading this book. And it like it took a while to read. Like it took a long time to read and like to process it and like deal with it.
It was a journey.
Recover from the emotional trauma.
Yeah, to like recover from it. Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
So yeah, I don't know. This maybe, but like I know that I filmed a video and I had to like crop it properly because this book was like right behind my head. So it looked like I was being like eaten by this, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't have that in my video. So then it kind of looked more like this.
Just
I think that'd be
It was
hilarious,
kind of more like
actually.
this. Yeah. I don't know what video it was, but it looked like I was just being like eaten by this wolf.
That's so funny.
That's so funny.
You know
Oh
when
my
you
gosh.
like film
I
a
think it would
video
have been
and then at
hilarious
the
if
end
you
you're
did.
just like, oh my god, I have to refilm this because the entire time I had no idea that, I don't know, that like it looked like
Yeah.
this, and then you just try and like fidget around and like edit
Yeah.
it so that it doesn't look so like terrible.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
kind of want to do that for a work call now. Just like have that behind me and on my Teams calls for work and make it look like a wolf is just eating my head. Just,
Why is no
hey,
one
what's
saying
happening?
anything? Why is no one saying anything to me? Why is this so awkward?
You're like, what's behind you?
What's happening?
Uh,
And how was yours?
Good. Yeah, people are
Yeah.
dealing with the ramifications of what just happened and trying to figure out what to do. So very exciting.
Nice.
And then of course like angsty YA drama, which is fun.
Yeah.
Very YA, but fun.
Are you enjoying them though? Like, are they?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How? Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, my
How
book
about you,
was
Kim?
great. Sad. Something sad's happening.
What very emotional.
Classic Robin Hobb. Sad.
Classic Robin Hobb.
It's good. It's good.
She gets you in the feels.
She does get you in. And this book is so loaded with emotion, like all kinds of emotion. And the crazy thing is that my brother read this trilogy and none of the other books. So, and he was like, I read it and I didn't like it. And I was like, you didn't like it because you didn't understand what happened like in the whole rest of the series.
Because there were like trilogies of lead up that you were missing.
I just well, I think he just read the first two actually and was like, no, it's not worth it.
Like, you did it wrong.
And I said, because I buddy read
like, I
these
don't
with
want
my
to say there's a wrong way to read, but you did it wrong.
He did it wrong. He did it no. But I buddy read these with my stepmom, and I said to her, I read literally like the first few pages, and it's so loaded with all the stuff from the like 13 books before that you're like, he missed out on. Of course, he didn't like it. But anyway,
that's hilarious.
Yeah, bless him. I feel bad for him more than anything because now he knows everything that happened.
Yeah, and like,
like
if you were to like
going to be
start
the
at
same.
The beginning now, yeah.
I think I'm going to wait 10 years and then reread the series and make him do it with me because he might have forgotten by then. That's my plan. I have plans.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like that you have a plan.
Got it all worked out.
Yeah. You can't miss out.
10-year strategy.
Yeah, long-term goals.
Okay,
I'm just gonna keep. Oh, sorry.
No, I was just reading the comments.
Yeah. So, Allie says 3% of the Lion, the Witch in the Wardrobe.
Nice.
Okay. I love that book.
I haven't read it actually.
It's been a long time. I need to reread those.
I know. I don't know why.
It's a good. I don't know what it would be like just like reading it like now as an adult, but yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I think everyone says it's really good. So people I've seen read it. So yeah, I'll check it out. Did you like it actually? If you just finished reading it,
yeah. Good that it was a reread.
Like, I hope it would hold up.
Oh yeah, reread it.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Currently 64%. Nice. Very nice.
That's well good. You've read loads,
right?
Yeah, because that book's like quite thick as well, from what I remember. And people holding it up, I think.
They might be holding up bind-ups too.
Yeah, I want to read it.
Yeah.
What did you say, Emily?
Really
Sorry.
want to read it.
It's like they might be holding up bind-ups too, because I think that individual one isn't very long, but it's a series of shorter books. So there are longer versions, but I think they might be bind-ups. But
maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing.
Yeah, I haven't kept up
Okay,
with the
so
movies for those.
haven't read any of the books, but I saw one of the movies many years ago and barely remember it. Loving the series so far, though. Yeah, I
Mm.
feel personally like I wasn't a fan of the movies for The Lion, the
Hmm.
Witch, or for Narnia, The Chronicles of Narnia. But like obsessed with the books. Like when I was little, I just like read
Mm.
through and through and through. Like, you know, I
Yeah.
Mhm.
just, yeah. Yeah, there were just like characters in there that were just like so like important to me like as a kid that I just sort of like Aslan.
Yeah.
I just the lion. I love the lion so much. And just like
Is that the
Mr.
start of your love for
Tumnus,
cats?
probably. And then Mr. Tumnus. I just loved his character in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. So there's just like these little characters in there that are just like so important to me.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, Sarah says I
Okay.
liked it
Yeah.
as an adult. It's a little young now. They cut away from anything intense, so it feels tame, but the nostalgia value is able.
That's cool.
Very nice.
Okay.
I
Fair enough.
think
Fair enough.
I have
Fair
like
enough.
I can kind of see the movie, and like, I remember loving like The Lion as well. So I don't know if I did just watch the movies or I did read the book. I can't remember now. But as you were talking, it was kind of all coming back to me.
There's like some very like there's some scenes in there that you'll just kind of stick with you. Like obviously like the lamp post is one that sticks out in my head. Kind
I,
of, you know. The lion, obviously. And the first time that they kind of go through the wardrobe
yeah,
and enter
Mhm.
Narnia.
yeah,
Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that.
cool. Now I'm
And
intrigued.
the
I might have to read it.
and the witch and her little like sleigh.
Oh yeah. Okay, I can remember a sleigh.
Hmm. I feel like I'm just doing keywords. Sleigh,
Yeah.
lamppost, wardrobe, winter. What is it called? Turkish delight.
Turkish
I always
delight.
associate Turkish delight with that one.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, I really need to reread it.
I read it like way too many times.
Oh, that's cool. You'd probably love it if you read it now then.
Well, I did. I actually do read it like usually like in the winter time. Like I'll do like a very quick read through. But
Okay.
the last time I read it in French, and that was cool.
That's way
Nice.
cool.
Yeah, I
That's
like
Well,
a
doing
good way to
that.
learn another language, though.
I like doing that with like books from my childhood. I'll like read them in French or in like
Mhm.
Portuguese, and then like it's good because it's still enough like to just kind of like get into the language again, but
mhm.
without having like the weight of like having to read like an adult book in like French
Yeah.
or whatever. I remember one time someone saw that I had like all of these like kid books in like Portuguese, and they were like, "Why are you reading kid books in Portuguese?" I was like, "Because the language is like I
Yeah.
like reading in a different language, and I find this is like easier.
Mhm.
Otherwise, like I'll just like read like an adult book. Nonfiction is fine, but like I'll read like an adult book and I'll just get like so weighed down by it if I can't understand stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, like constantly every 2 seconds looking it up. And I guess it's more sophisticated, like how they're saying it. And
Mhm.
I mean, I'm
Yeah,
super impressed you can read any book
In
in other
any other
languages.
language.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
French is
I've
the
got the Cat in
easiest.
the Hat in French when I was trying to learn French.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cute.
It's like a
I
dual one, so
love
it's
it.
like half French, half English. I mean, I started the bar low when I was learning when I was trying to learn.
Should
So
read that
it
one
was
for the
like,
cat readathon.
Yeah, that's a
yeah,
good point. I could. It's nice
you
and short.
could. So wait, was it, did you say it was like bilingual? So it had like both
Yeah, I think it's just
French
over
and
there.
English?
I'll just show you. Hang on one sec.
Sure.
Because I mean, it's a great way to learn a language, you know? Like
Yeah, I think so. Like that's
either
how
have
Oh,
one that's
kids learn.
it's
easy enough.
weirdly right on my bookshelf
Oh, nice.
in English and French.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
So
cool.
it's just like
That's awesome.
it has like it
Oh, I
mixed
love it.
just on the same page.
Oh,
The
that's
French.
awesome.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
it's cool, huh?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
Awesome.
really cool.
Pristine, because I
Okay.
can't read it. So
There
I
you
love it.
go.
Yeah, it's cute. It's a good book.
I used my childhood copy to reread it this time, and I read it so much as a kid that the two halves of the book completely split apart at the
Oh,
spine.
no.
That's amazing.
That's what
You know, it's been well loved.
That's what you know.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, guys. So I think I'm
Well,
gonna wrap up today, unless you guys
yeah.
have any last little things to say before we head out.
Just thank you
Thanks for joining, everyone. Yeah.
Thanks for
Thank you so much for joining, everyone. And we hope that you have a really good end of your weekend, I guess, and then have a really good week ahead of you.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye, everyone.